When you first hear the name Infinix, what comes to mind is budget smartphones. So when I heard they were launching a laptop, I was genuinely curious to see what they had to offer for a brand known to make affordable smartphones. Well, you are looking at the Infinix INBook X1, a lightweight laptop with a slim profile, flexes 180 degrees, and it is powered by Intel's 10th gen processor. Also starts at around $530. This is interesting. What up guys, the name is Izzy and welcome to the channel. The Infinix INBook X1 is a laptop recently launched by Infinix, which I'll say packs impressive specifications for its price. There's actually two models, that is the Inbook X1 and X1 Pro, both powered by Intel's 10th gen Ice Lake processor. The Infinix INBook X1 comes with Intel's 10th gen Core i3 and i5 processors. They both have 8GB of RAM and 256GB SSD storage. There is also a 512GB SSD option for the Core i5. The Inbook X1 Pro is the max configuration powered by Intel's 10th gen Core i7 processor and has 16GB of RAM and 512GB of SSD storage. Both the Inbook X1 and X1 Pro comes in 4 different colors: Noble Red, Elves Green, Starfall Grey, and Elegant Black. As you've already guessed, this is the Starfall Grey. Within the box of the Inbook X1, aside the laptop, there is a user manual, a warranty card, a 65W charging brick, and a USB-C to Type-C cable. The 65W charger can power up the laptop from 0 to 70% in 1 hour. It can also be used to charge your Infinix phone. The Inbook X1 is a sleek design device with a metal build. On the back it's dual-toned and we have the Infinix logo just above the right part of the divide. It is a thin and pretty lightweight laptop. It weighs 1.48 kilograms. You can open it up with one hand and can flex it all the way back 180 degrees. You do not want to flex it further though. This is a laptop with plenty of ports, you just name it. The ports on the left side consist of a DC charging port, so you have alternative charging option if you ever decide not to use the USB-C charger. There is an HDMI port and next to it is a USB 2.0 port. You also get 2 USB-C ports, one of which you can use for charging. It is not Thunderbolt 3. There is a switch you can use to disable or enable the webcam. That is not all the ports. To the right side of the base you have a microSD card slot, a 3.5mm audio or mic jack, another USB 2.0 port, a USB 3.0 port, and a Kensington lock. Its power button is just above the keyboard to the far right. And speaking of keyboard, the Infinix INBook X1 has a nice keyboard with enough spacing between the keys. It is easy to type on and there is also good space for palm rest below the keyboard on either sides of the trackpad. It is a backlit keyboard with 2 levels of brightness. The brightness can be toggled by hitting the function and spacebar keys. The Inbook X1 has a wide enough trackpad with multi-touch functionality. It's easy to operate and supports Windows touchbar gestures. It also clicks nicely too. On the Inbook X1 Pro, you have a fingerprint scanner to the bottom right of the keyboard. Still on the body of the Inbook X1, we have the vents at the bottom for heat dissipation. There is slight elevation when the laptop is placed on the surface, which allows the vents to do their job. There is another vent opening at the top side of the base, or should I say the rear of the laptop. You have its speakers at the bottom left and right, which gives a large percentage of the sound. There is another speaker opening just above the keyboard. The sound from the speakers is great with DTS audio processing. It is not the loudest, but it does sound great. All models of the Infinix INBook X1 has a 14-inch Full HD display with a 1920 by 1080 resolution. It has a 16:9 aspect ratio and up to 300 nits of brightness, 100% sRGB color gamut. Its top, left and right bezels are pretty slim. Its bottom bezel where we have the Infinix logo is not so slim. The display is not touch enabled. Just above its display you have its 720p webcam, which should do just fine for video calls as long as you have good lighting. On either side of the webcam you have 2 mics, one on each side. Okay, so this is the webcam from the Infinix INBook X1. It's a 720p webcam, and to the left and right sides of the webcam we have 2 microphones, which I'm using to take the audio recording on the webcam right now. The Infinix INBook X1 runs Windows 10 Home right out of the box, and it is also Windows 11 compatible. I confirmed that through the Microsoft PC Health Checker app. It also comes with Microsoft Office 365 pre-installed. The performance of the Infinix INBook X1 is well above my expectations. I was able to edit 4K MOV footage. Playback was surprisingly smooth, though you might experience some lag when you start adding motion graphics templates. For a laptop without a dedicated graphics card and 8 gigs of RAM, that was pretty impressive. You will get significantly more impressive performance with the Inbook X1 Pro, as that has the Core i7 paired with Intel's Iris Plus graphics. Since this does not have a dedicated graphics card, you should not use it as a gaming device. But if you choose to do so, it will handle some light gaming pretty well. Like I already mentioned probably more than once during the course of this video, the Inbook X1 runs on Intel's 10th gen processor. I have the one with the Core i5, 8 gigs of RAM, 256GB SSD storage, Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.1 for better connectivity. It also supports InSync, which allows you to project and synchronize seamlessly between laptops, TVs and smartphones. The Inbook X1 is priced at about 267,000 Naira for the base model, that is about $530. The highest configuration, that is the X1 Pro, is priced at 406,000 Naira, and my unit, which is the Core i5 one, is priced at 321,000 Naira. Compared to similarly priced devices, this packs quite a punch. The battery life on the Inbook X1 is pretty impressive and can last you up to 8 hours or more on your basic productivity tasks. Your mileage may vary depending on what you do with your device. On intensive tasks like video editing though, you may only get about 3 hours. Its 65 watts charger can power it up to 70% in an hour, and it supports power delivery 3.0. For a laptop which is the first attempt from Infinix, I have to say the Inbook X1 is pretty impressive. Solid build and solid performance with great specifications for its price. So that is the Infinix INBook X1. Do hit that like button if you find this video helpful and consider subscribing. Peace out.